Good morning and welcome. There's plenty of room at the back over there. If you just squeeze in a little, don't worry, I can't see you. Great. So thank you very much for changing your plans at such late notice and joining us virtually. It'd be great to see you all in real life next time. This is the beginning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Charlie Cadbury. I'm the CEO of Say It Now. Now, here we use our expertise of natural language processing to make voice experiences and chatbots for enterprises looking to seize the opportunity that these technologies and channels present. Over the last 5 years, I've been involved with Alexa skills for online booking, the first ever virtual concierge with Marriott Hotels, and award-winning work with UK rail companies, and the delivery of whiskey tasting experiences for Diageo, and quite close to my heart, some healthcare chatbot work we've delivered in Uganda that you'll hear about a little bit later today. So following winning UK and European rounds of the Alexa Cup last year, we've also been building our own technology to enable companies to take advantage of voice commerce, specifically around local services and delivery. But today, we've taken the opportunity to gather our most esteemed friends and partners to give 5 different perspectives on these technologies that I believe will change the way that we all communicate with the products and services that we use every day. I believe the power is these automated, personalized conversations at scale. And that's why we've called this decade the Talking 20's. So as we go on through this morning, you've got the opportunity to contribute and ask questions as we go. You can ask questions using Twitter or using the hashtag Talking20's. That will bring through the questions, and then underneath this viewing pane, you can add questions as we go. But I want to give a little bit of a background as to how we see this opportunity and why we're so excited about conversational commerce and voice commerce right now. It starts back in the beginning of this millennia. So through the first decade of this millennia, we had the rise of the web, the rise of e-commerce, and that fundamentally changed the way that we engaged with digital products and services. We were suddenly able to buy things in a new way, and that gave us a whole load more convenience and power. Then over the last decade, the rise of mobile and m-commerce, and that put this convenience in our pockets, and we were able to carry this around with us. And it's important to note that at this point, it was an additive channel. So e-commerce didn't go away. There was still very much a world where the web and e-commerce was of value, but mobile commerce added this extra bit of convenience to the customer on top. And we believe that over the next decade, conversational commerce and v-commerce will really come to the fore and add this other layer of extra convenience to mobile commerce and e-commerce that comes before it. Now, the reason this is happening is that as these new technologies come forward, what we call the billion user club, the likes of Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon, they're all trying to nudge you to use these new channels. They're all trying to nudge you to use them, and that's a very good example of my Google Assistant doing just that. So the reason they want you to nudge their new channels is so that they can collect data on how you are behaving. And they've got very, very, very good at this, and better than ever before. We've seen in the sale of smart speakers. So smart speakers are the fastest ever consumer good. And so they were able to reach about 50% proliferation before smartphones. So we now have smart speakers in 1 in 4 homes in the UK. And we saw Q4 being the largest ever quarter for smart speaker sales. So as we came into 2020, we were very, very excited that the foundation was set and that this was the year that we were really going to see the tipping point in voice commerce and voice usage. And what we would really trying to prove out this year is the speed at which mass adoption to using these voice assistants in your day-to-day life was really going to start to change the way that people live their lives. But over the last few weeks, we've seen that kind of prove out a little bit faster. And so with the support of Michael Stansilek from Utter One, he shared these reports that show that over the last 2 weeks or so, we've seen this huge behavior shift. And you can see these are Google actions that have more than 100,000 monthly users. And we can see that when social distancing was announced, we started to see huge spikes. And then on the right-hand side, what's becoming the new normal as people are spending more time at home is that we're seeing kind of weekend usage become the new norm. Now, what we're going to see over the last few weeks, we've heard an awful lot about flattening peaks and peaks, and in kind of a post-peak world, we can clearly see what the new normals are going to look like on the other side. We need to make sure that we've got the right kind of partners together to take advantage, because when we can see what the new normal looks like, well, there'll be wind in our hair and we'll be rushing down the other side. And that's really what we've been trying to do today. So to bring together the right kind of partners, so we have the right information, so we can get a clear view on what the opportunities are, not just this year, but as we go through the next decade. So this morning, we've got these kind of partners together. We're going to kick off in a couple of minutes with Al Cole, who I refer to as my go-to innovation guru. Then we'll get an update from Marissa from the Alexa Everywhere team, which is the new name for the Amazon Alexa team, about how they're thinking about the opportunity for voice right now. We then need to get a very good view about how to drive people into these experiences. And so we've got the smart speaker specialist from DAX on at 10:10, followed by Tia, who's going to talk about the new frontier of messaging. So this is the new RCS platform that Vodafone are championing that allows us to deliver very rich chatbot experiences within the SMS client. And then we'll close out with Erica, who's going to talk about how we can use conversational AI for good, with some work that we've been doing together in Uganda. So we will start off with an introduction to Al Cole.